A Clay County, Iowa 911 dispatcher was honored after helping to deliver a baby on the side of the road. KTIV's Ellen Ide is live for us in Spencer tonight with Live Link 4. She's sharing the story about how all of this happened. Ellen?
Yeah, Matt. In the building behind me, dispatchers wait at their desks, ready to answer your call. It's work that oftentimes goes unnoticed, but tonight we're shining light on one dispatcher whose calm voice made all the difference in one of life's most unexpected moments.
Clay County 911, where's your emergency?
It's a question 911 dispatcher Andrea Ring has asked thousands of times in her 26 years on the job. But only life experience could prepare her for this moment.
It was early in the morning, 8:23 in the morning. I'd only been on shift for about 23 minutes, and I received a call from a male who said that his girlfriend was in labor. Didn't think they were going to make it to the hospital.
As a mother of 5 herself, Ring guided the couple through the delivery on the side of Highway 18. By the time first responders arrived, baby Parker Ray had already taken his first breath and was resting safely on his mother's chest.
I've been doing it a long time. I've definitely took a lot of high priority calls. So, I'm at a stage, I think, in my career that calmness is where I'm at. I just knew there was some instructions I needed to give her that I was knowledgeable about.
For her calm voice of reassurance under pressure, Ring was honored with an award few in her field ever receive, a Stork Pin. It's an honor often given in EMS to recognize those who assist with childbirth emergencies.
People need to know that we are here. We are real people. A lot of times they don't know where the 911 center even is. In your community, but just remember that we are here to help.
You don't do this job for the recognition, but when you do get it, especially from your peers, I think it makes it extra special.
And baby Parker, the famous Highway 18 baby, was actually born on dispatcher Andrea Ring's daughter's birthday. Certainly a day that both families will remember forever.
Unforgettable for sure. KTIV's Ellen Ide with Live Link 4 in Spencer. Ellen, thanks so much.